The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, it's the hog update for the month of April.
Shall we play a game?
You got several things to do. You got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, mostly gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan. This week, we're going to be reviewing what we've been playing through the month of March, and basically since the last time we recorded, and maybe we'll have some surprises along the way. I am Joe.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Zach.
I'm A4.
A4 stepped away for a second before coming back to the mic. And
I'm here.
Yeah, you're there, and you're sounding like cracky uppy again, by the way. Something wrong.
No.
Something wrong with A4's mic situation, which we've had to deal with heavily today. Schweiss, how you feeling?
Now that I've vomited, I feel pretty good. Yeah, I had a nice amount of beer last night with my Elden Ring. I like to mix. You're not supposed. They say you're not supposed to mix beer and Elden Ring, but I did it anyway.
Did you make any progress in Elden Ring whatsoever?
I did beat one of the bosses when I was pretty blitzed. Yeah, and I was losing to him earlier, so I made
Nice.
progress. Mostly not, but a little.
So I do have to say, I think I'll start because I have the least to actually report this month. Two things. One is thank you to all those who supported Chicken Coop on our Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah.
It was, of course, successful, and we already shot the movie. So
Yeah.
now we're in post-production.
My name's gonna be in the credits.
That's right. So about a week ago, we wrapped Saturday into Sunday. So yeah, about right now. I would have been waking up last week, cleaning up the place, and then going back to work and back to normal life, and then feeling awful and depressed about having to go back to normal life after 2 amazing weeks of shooting. And so I appreciate you guys once again for making that happen. The other thing is that the only game that I played at all throughout the last month, I believe, was Chocobo World.
Oh,
Getting that ready for a UFF review.
nice.
I think that's the only game I played. I did.
It gets hard, honestly, because like some of the beginning of the month stuff I forget.
I did obtain an Xbox Series S.
Oh, sick.
So all modern games can now be reviewed on this show.
Is that the one for you?
Should we
that
need
they
to?
got for the movie.
Yeah, there's a scene where they're getting Christmas presents for people, and I was gonna bring my PS5 box, but I had forgotten to bring up the PS5 box. Like I had saved it. I kept it in the closet ready for that thing, and then what happened was I forgot it, and then there was like a point. It was like, is anybody making the drive from like St. George up to Ogden, which is like a long drive? That's like a 5.5 hour drive. And with gas prices the way they are, it'd be like an expensive proposition to have someone go down and just get an empty box for a PS5. And we're like, okay, what we can do is we can buy an Xbox and then return it within like a certain amount of days. And so that was the plan. But then when we wrapped shoot, we actually came in under budget. And I'm like, I'm just going to keep this Xbox. We're under budget. I have no reason to return it anymore.
Nice.
So we were going to be like right on budget.
I want my $50 back.
Well, I was. If we have to, we will sell
I'm
the
just
Xbox,
kidding.
but I don't think we'll have to. And so I was like, fuck it, I got an Xbox Series S now. It's great for the shows.
I was going to say, Geekdom Entertainment would gladly purchase an Xbox at half price.
it's a movie
Please do.
prop. No, but if he has the actors sign it, then it's more expensive because
We should have had an outtake where when I was in there stealing it, I like put it back because it was an Xbox.
Don't give away the plot.
And then I open up another thing and it's like just candy, and I just kind of shrug and take it with me.
So anyway, we do have
Yeah,
an
the plot.
Xbox Series S right now. And I found out when I logged into my Microsoft store or my Microsoft account, I only have one game on there, and it's Halo Wars 2. And I have, and that's it.
I only have one game on there, and it's Dead or Alive Extreme
But
Beach Volleyball.
I am so ready for Halo 5 Guardians, which is definitely available on that thing. I checked it.
is. It is.
Like, I just have to
It's-
get the Game
it's
Pass so
not
I can
a-
buy the game.
Yeah, I
but
have to say it's not available on like the PC Game Pass.
This makes it a lot easier because I can borrow an Xbox One from probably the in-laws. 'cause they
My
have, like,
cousin's got
3
an
of them.
Xbox, so I can probably take one from him too to be Halo 5. And just get
Yeah.
it over with.
yeah.
We could all
So
do it. Yeah.
I
Halo
have a
5
PC,
is now
so
in the
I
works.
basically have an Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, but you don't have the Halo 5 is not on the PC.
Yeah,
That's the
it's-
problem with Halo 5.
It's not on anything but the Xbox.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
fucking.
Come on, man.
My wife has an Xbox One.
We've
Oh,
talked
okay.
about this.
Talked about this at length.
My wife has an Xbox One. It'll be fine.
So anyway, that's all I've been playing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Schweiss, what have you been playing this month? Last month?
I played a little bit of Conan Exiles.
Oh, dragging your dick through the sand.
Yeah,
Nice.
with my son.
Oh, not dragging your dick through the sand.
Probably not, but
Yeah,
the PS PlayStation version.
If
doesn't
you
have
had,
full
we would be
nudity.
calling child services right about.
They're here.
Yeah.
We got him, boys.
There's only top nudity for women in this game on PlayStation. So
How it should be, honestly.
yeah, I mean, I'm tired. You know what? I'm tired of.
Tired of dick.
I'm tired of Hollywood pushing their gay agenda with the fucking mild nudity and it's man ass every time. Like, come on, it could be tits.
I was told there'd be mild nudity in the MPAA reading, and I got a man ass.
That's nothing.
Sick of this shit.
That would be the best review on it.
Yeah. Where's the tits?
But you know, it's on PlayStation. They'll cover the butt crack with a weird James Cameron flair.
Oh yeah.
Oh, J.J.
JJ,
Abrams.
sorry,
player.
JJ Abrams.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I honestly don't even remember that scene from that game.
I don't either.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just funny.
But yeah, I played a little bit of Conan Exiles. I want to play it again, but there's just too much other stuff to do.
There's another game that's out that is a time sink. That's very wonderful.
It's also massive, yeah, an open world, and there's a lot to find, which is what I've been playing a shitload of. I've got like 85 hours in the game, I
No
think.
shit.
At this point, yeah. Elden Ring, the newest.
Is that that sounds? Is it from a private company like what's it? Indie? Is it an indie game? I don't think I've heard of.
Yeah, it's from a company called From Software.
Oh, sweet man.
That-
So they're
That's
new.
fake. That's not real.
Yeah.
You can't call yourself From Software. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
It's a
because
fucking
then,
scam.
cause then if anyone wants to say there's a game from you, they have to say from Software. Then they look like idiots.
Someone needs to take that meme of the black guy holding the beaker with the green liquid and being like, finally, 2 software.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. Maybe
Um,
we should do that as our episode thing.
That went over my head.
For the review, maybe. If we review it, who knows? If it even ends, you know.
Yeah, I've heard there's no ending to Elden
That's
Ring.
a joke.
I
yeah.
mean, yeah,
It
if
goes on
it's George R. R. Martin story, so it definitely never ends.
Yeah, that's one of the things Joe asked me first. Is like, are we sure that it does end?
Yeah. he's-
I'm like, no, I guess not.
Whoa, you bumped me, bro.
But yeah, there's a lot of game in there, and I'm kind of playing it really stubbornly. I'm not doing any summons. I'm not doing any like assistance. It's just me.
So you're
and
not playing the
bosses.
game how they intended you to play.
No,
Okay.
playing it my way.
I did it my way.
And I'll PvP you anytime, bro.
Oh yeah.
That sounds really gross.
Yeah, dude, it's penis v penis. We just slap them around a little bit together. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's
You
how you
ever
get to
heard
know it. Like, you know, dogs sniff asses, men slap penises. That's how it goes.
You know, PvP you tonight.
Yeah. I'm gonna PvP the shit out of you.
That's what I'm gonna tell my girlfriend tonight. Get on the bed. We're PvPing.
We're PvP.
That's cool. So anything else though? Like,
I really don't think so. It's just been that. It's
have you
been
been
a
playing
lot.
Chocobo's Dungeon?
No.
Oh,
No, we
downloaded-
finished Chocobo's Dungeon.
Oh, gotcha.
It's Chocobo's World.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
Chocobo World, possibly one of the worst games of all time, but luckily it plays itself. So
If anyone knows about a game that plays itself, Joe, it's you.
Yeah. If we ever need someone to sniff
I've
one
never
out.
been so happy for a game to play itself in my life.
Isn't it so funny? Like, man, the game when people make games that are like that are just so bad that the only one that wants to play it is the
Is the
itself.
game?
Yeah, it's like Digimon Hacker's Memory. It like wants to play itself more than you want to play it. Like it just the auto function kind of feels that way. It's like, well, we know it's not fun, so we'll just let you kind of relax,
Yeah.
sit back, not
Sit
do
back,
anything.
relax, have a beer.
Or
Yeah.
7.
I mean, there's a lot of RPGs that have an auto battle function, though, right?
Have an antidepressant.
Fucking
Have a bad trip. That's okay.
Have an edible. Think you're being drugged.
Ruin a friendship.
like Persona 5 has an auto battle function. Final Fantasy 13 is entirely built around an auto battle function. So
Okay.
That's different. You know it's different, A4. That's not really auto battle
Yeah.
in FF13.
it's more auto battle than anything I've ever fucking played. That's for damn sure.
Just gonna
That
grab,
is
I'm, just
not
gonna, I'm just gonna
true.
grab your hand and start hitting you until you're auto battling yourself. Could be a bitch.
That is not true.
Stop auto battling yourself.
Stop
Yeah.
auto battling yourself.
Now 13's kind of a weird hybrid where you'll choose what role they're in, and that's the part that you do, but they do their own spells. and
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the game is really too fast to like do your own spells
Yeah, well,
adequately.
It's way too fast. Yeah,
It's way too fast. So like it is the strategy of like when to use what, and there are some moves, of course, that you got to use manually.
Can you
like
use
items
Avada
and stuff.
Kedavra? Is that one of the moves?
No, I don't believe that they ever did finally come out with that Harry Potter DLC pack.
Damn.
But yeah, it's just the regular. It's just a regular.
They could have made so much money.
yeah. If anything, that'd be Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, that sounds like something.
Oh,
15
yeah, actually,
would do.
no, you're right.
And then you can get the fucking like when you beat the little mission, you get like a wig that's his hair, and then like the little scar, little lightning scar, Noctis.
You can get the the broom head from the 4th Harry Potter movie, just like the big. It's
Yeah.
huge,
Oh,
a huge
the
helmet
hair.
head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is accurate to the books. I think that's the only
Yeah, it
one
is.
that
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Wild, unkempt hair. Same hair that I would have when I grow my hair out too. It doesn't go down; it just goes out and up, like crazy. It's it's not even like curly. It's just like big. Like my hair is like too thick. It's too thick, and so it just like. boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, glad
So
I
you'd
don't
look
have
like
that problem.
Ichiban, the main character of Yakuza 7, I guess. Now I got to Photoshop that.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, we understand. We understand. your
Yeah,
reference,
look it up
A4.
later. You'll laugh.
Okay.
I guarantee it.
I got some old picture of me and my sister where I had like the hair growing out really long because all I wanted when I was in high school was to have like the shaggy hair, and it just like my body didn't let me have it. It just won't. It won't give it to me.
You didn't want to use a straightener like the emo kids.
Do you think that's what they like? I've had like I remember once I went to the haircut and I had them thin my hair out, and it like kind of fell, but it wasn't.
Yeah, dude, I had like some buddies in there that were like they have to straighten their hair.
Oh, well, that would have
Mine-
taken too
so
much. I
mine,
was
like-
not into doing work.
Yeah, right. Like no, because mine goes out, but eventually it starts like, 'cause it's curly, it starts going down. So I had like shoulder length hair all through high school.
And I got Roger Moore hair. It's just very thick. It would have been perfect for the late 70s. That's what my hair is
Just
perfect
feathered
for
it out a
the
little bit.
wrong era. No, it naturally feathers. When it gets long, it like naturally has like these curls that go back
Oh, that's rad. So,
on
yeah,
the sides of my head.
Yeah,
and it's
dude.
like, I don't have to do
God
anything.
made you and was like, fuck him.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, I forgot to put him out when he would have been getting about 20 years old in 1975. I guess I'll just put him out now.
He's got like a to-do list, and he sees that he forgot to cross you off. He's like, oh, fuck!
Oh, now
That goes back to the cupboard. He's like, who didn't tell me?
Anyway.
That's funny. Did you play anything else?
No, that's it. No, it's just those two.
He's just going to
Wow.
take 60 hours to do Chocobo World. I'll be waiting for a month and a half on that shit. That
Yeah.
game is not short. It plays itself, but
It takes its time.
It takes its sweet time. It's about a level every 20 minutes is what I timed it out to, averaging. At least one night I did that. And so, like, you know when the events are because I gave you a list of when they happen, and they happen on levels. So when Chocobo hits level 50 or something, he, like, falls into a pit. There's a little story moment. And then, like, the next one is level 75. So
you're
it's
just playing as a Chocobo.
And it will play itself. Yeah, you're playing as a Chocobo on an overworld screen.
Is it a cute Chocobo? Or
and
is
you
it like
run
a
into
realistic Chocobo?
it's a shitty looking Chocobo from the PocketStation. It's like got
Well,
like
all Chocobos are
6
cute, Zach.
pixels.
ACAC.
ACAC.
All Chocobos are cute.
Oh wow, you guys caught up on that fast. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? I just heard cack.
The
and
problem is me and A4 are connected, and that's the problem.
you're so connected.
A lot of our humor is connected, and it's like in the worst ways. And
yeah, like acronyms.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So no, it's you just run into events and it's either a fight or you get an item or there's a story event every once in a
How
while.
many levels?
100 levels to beat this game.
So you're close though, right? You hit 75.
I'm at 68.
Oh,
My next one's level 75.
you know
so
what though? You're over half.
Do you have to hit
sucks,
level
but
100
you're
to get like the
over
last
yes,
story thing?
you do.
Oh fuck.
They happen randomly on the level in which.
Do you want to just
you're
go
at.
turn it on real quick while we're recording?
Well,
it plays
the
itself.
first 25, there's like a couple, so you actually have to like be there. That's the thing. I like time it out, and then I try to come back, and then I'm there for it, and then I leave.
Yeah, it's kind of like a the PocketStation's kind of like the Tamagotchi shit. Like, how you had those little pets you used to fucking take care
Yeah.
of and shit. It's kind of like that. It's just like a weird.
Also, it's not even like a game system. It's like a little.
It's technically.
It's this mini game from Final Fantasy VIII that was released for an extremely obscure PlayStation peripheral that no one had.
Yeah, because it was released only in Japan. But yeah,
But it's included in the FF8 like remaster or something.
Oh,
yeah.
It is. So yeah, it was an unfortunate rediscovery of going, shit, this is a game, and shit, we have to play it.
Yeah.
Barely a game, but I've put a lot of hours into it, most of which I wasn't actually looking at the screen for, but a good chunk.
Yeah. I'll get to it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
and
when Elden Ring eventually ends.
he could be playing it at the same time, legitimately, and he's not doing it, and I don't know why the fuck he's not doing it. It's like the dumbest waste of time ever. Is like, no, I'll wait for that one later so I can really enjoy Chocobo World. He just won't listen.
I
to
hope
me.
you do enjoy it, because that'd be a fun review.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schweiss is like, oh, this is the greatest Chocobo game of all.
Yeah. I mean, would that really upset you if I said that though?
I would be like, you need to get your brain checked. You need to
I
get
would
a
assume
CAT
the best
scan
Chocobo
now.
game. I would assume the best Chocobo game of all time is Chocobo Racing, or whichever one was on like the PlayStation. But didn't they just come out with like a new Chocobo Racing
They
game? But they had to
did.
put like microtransactions in it.
They did come out with a new Chocobo Racing game, so we have 2 to play. We have not actually played Chocobo Racing yet. It's not they're the later ones, so we
Right.
played Chocobo Dungeon 2, and then the next one was going to be Chocobo Racing, but Chocobo World exists, so we have to do Chocobo World. After Chocobo World, we have the 1.5-hour game called Chocobo Racing, and then we have Chocobo Racing GP coming out right after that. So yeah, we'll be playing it. Don't worry, there will be a review. You guys can go check out Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy podcast for more information on that.
You shill.
Meanwhile, all the fans are looking at Chrono Trigger and being like, "When are they going to get to the fireworks factory?"
I'm looking at Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, Xenogears, a bunch of
Well,
classic
Chrono
games.
Cross is getting a release in like a week.
3 Bravely Default games we got to play. The Kingdom Hearts series. What does that sound for? I love Kingdom Hearts.
It's overrated.
Nah, Kingdom Hearts is good.
Kingdom
I
Hearts
mean,
is
the first 2 are. Everything else after that kind of sucks.
I
But
guess that's fair. That's fair.
And we'll be playing all of them. And here's hoping it's no I don't know what's
can't-
worse, the Chocobo series or the Crystal Chronicles series
Or the mana.
or the Mana series.
I can't wait for you to play the Kingdom Hearts series when number 3. Like, it's the finale, and they're like, yeah, we didn't actually finish it. The third one, like we said we That'd be
I
nice.
don't. They weren't saying it to me. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know how
just gonna
intimately
play
Joe
the games.
understands like the fact that Kingdom Hearts has 3 main games, but it has about 18 fucking interquels that take place on different consoles at random times.
No, yeah, we have the list.
We have the list.
We have the list.
Yeah, we might not understand that, but by looking at it, we figured that.
Kingdom Hearts 2 has screwed us again.
That. Okay, all right. You're throwing me off, A4. Throwing me
I'll
off.
throw
big
you
time.
on
Ooh,
my dick.
slower.
Anyway,
Talk slower, A4. I want to savor this.
I'll throw you on my dick.
Ooh.
Anyway,
You think he says that if he like comes too fast?
I'll have to ask his wife.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing to yell, honestly.
no, he comes to her. He doesn't even yell fucking glitch. He just goes like, dude, it's fucking bullshit, man. Like it's broken. I don't get it.
I'm sorry. It's fucking bullshit. It did it by itself. I don't know why.
This cock had
You know
a
what? I'm not doing it.
game-breaking
I decided
glitch.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not having sex. It's bullshit. The
Bullshit,
RNG is
dude.
just too strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. Oh man. Okay. Hey, Zach, what did you play this
God.
month?
I played some more of Luigi's Mansion 3. It's actually pretty fun. It's kind of a silly game. I played some more Pokemon Go because we were counting that.
Oh yeah.
Been doing a shit ton of that. A lot of Elden Ring, honestly. Not as much as I want to, but enough. Getsu Fumaden. I've been playing some of that.
What the hell is Getsu Fumaden?
Am I saying it right? Give me a second. Oh shit! I knocked my. You push that.
Yeah, you just fuck
Sorry.
with the sound for 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's cool, man. Not like you didn't do it twice. It's fine. So I have to find the name. It's on Switch. Getsu.
Brulo
but what is
188
it?
says Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Dream Drop 67.5 out of 4. I assume that was I assume that's a score for it.
Okay, so it's called Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon. It's a hack and slash roguelike like Vania game. You play as this
Okay.
like samurai dude, and you're just like stopping like hell from coming out again. So every time you go in, you have to go into like limbo, and then you fight your way down to, like the boss, and like it's a roguelike. So you die, you go back to the
Can
beginning.
we just stop calling it roguelike?
That's what it's called.
No one's played fucking Rogue. Why don't we call it Diablo-like?
It's called a roguelike.
Yeah.
Oh,
has
the art
anyone-
style for this looks fucking cool. It's like an old Japanese painting.
Dude, yeah, but it's kind of sweet because there's that, and, like the music's kind of like that. But you go to a boss, like the first boss, and, like this metal riff comes out of nowhere, and it's like it's coming out of hell, and they're just like playing it. It's pretty sweet. I got so into it, I was taking the train up to Salt Lake because gas prices are stupid. Me and my girlfriend are like, going,
Wow,
oh,
it's actually saved you money to take the train.
it's only yeah,
That's
it's
insane.
yeah, it's like $5. It's great. But so,
How much is your time worth?
Yeah,
no, I was
that's the
playing.
other thing.
I was playing Switch. It was great.
Think about how much you're paid per hour. Then think about that drive.
Well, that's dumb because I get paid pretty well for what I do.
I know that tells you that. Okay.
But so anyway, it was fun. I was on a train playing Switch, and I was playing this game, and I got super close to beating the boss like 3 times in a row, and I was like getting more mad and mad. And then I was like playing, and I looked up, and they're like, oh, you're here at your stop. And it's like, fuck! And I'd like throw everything into my backpack and like hurry and run out, so I didn't get left. My girlfriend would have killed me.
You said fuck very loudly.
I did actually. I was like, fuck! It's cool because the people behind me were like complaining about like babies and like gender, and she's like, it's just fucking retarded. But then they started talking about General Conference in 2 weeks, and I was like,
What?
yeah. And I was like, I heard her through my headphones, and I was like, hey, could you be a little quieter? And she's like, I can talk as loud as I want. I'm like, no, you fucking can't. And they just like stared at me, and I was like, shut up. I can hear you through my headphones, and my headphones are pretty loud.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Mm.
And this lady like gave me the like,
Did you say it was fucking retarded?
yeah,
That is so bizarre.
yeah, weird, huh? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was just interesting. Like, I didn't really hear all their conversations. I just heard that really loud, and I'm like, no one wants to give you attention, bitch. Just shut up.
Yeah, my It's like all the trauma from exiting Mormonism always comes up when I feel a hypocrite around me. I just get so fucking mad. It's like usually I'm pretty like chill about everything. I'm like, yeah, man, you just let people believe whatever they want to believe. And then when I'm like, when they're not living their religion, I get really fucking
See, that's
mad.
my thing too. I got a buddy who like got mad because he was just like, it was a long time ago. This was like years ago, but he was like talking smack, and he's like, well, I can, he's like, well, I can have like sex and still be LDS, and I'm like, I guess you can.
Oh
like,
no!
but then like here's the thing. He was like,
I'm sorry. Official church doctrine is that it's second to murder.
I know.
Second to murder. What the fuck is wrong with you? If you believe it, then you believe that it is second to murder.
But here's the thing. So he said that, and I was like, but you're still going to the temple, and like you can't do that because he was mad at me
Because you're
like,
a fucking lying piece of
Yeah,
shit.
and
You
so-
piece of fucking shit.
and so
you
he,
fuck.
Yeah. So anyway, he got mad because I was like, dude, I'm like either
Sorry.
don't do it or like do it. Like you need to figure out
It's
where you want to
fucking-
go. Like you can't do both.
I get so mad because like that was like honestly the amount of time I spent trying to live like I was actually like part of the religion.
That's what my girlfriend's thing is too.
Makes me so
100%.
fucking angry. I'm like, you little piece, you spineless shit. You don't actually believe it. You fucking spineless piece of shit. That's what I want to say, and I don't say it, and I get so mad, and it all comes boiling when I feel that because I obviously had an issue with someone a couple years ago with like their like Jack Mormonism, and I'm just like, you can't tell me you believe this thing and then act like that. You cannot do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just pick a side, you fuck.
I mean, I
Don't be a spineless piece of shit.
I got my temple recommended, and I was like jacking it to porn and shit. So, but I also left eventually. I didn't like stick around.
Yeah, dude, it doesn't count unless you stick it in the hole.
I stuck it in the
my
hole in the
God.
bottom of my palm. I tried to make one on my hand here the other day.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, look at that.
That's not gonna hold you up on the cross.
You don't think so?
It's too far to the left or the right.
Yeah, I was a coward. I didn't want to go right in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't like hypocrites either.
It's the
That and liars are my least favorite.
well, they
things.
have to lie to their
That's
bishop.
true. Yeah, they lie.
They have to. Like what kind of I mean, you're talking about like your integrity
have
and shit
I-
like that. You obviously have zero.
Have I ever told you the story about? So I got back from my mission, and you can call me hypocrite. I don't care. I was like on my way out. So like I wasn't like doing like.
You
I
say we can
wasn't-
call you a pro? You don't care?
No, I said hypocrite.
Oh, I was like,
I hadn't. So I
not gonna
stopped.
call you a
I
pro.
stopped going to the temple. I hadn't like been like passing sacrament, right? Like I was like refusing things, and I was like deciding what I was gonna do, right? Well, so me and this chick which I was dating at the time, like we fucked. we had. we
are you like shuddering,
Got the
remembering?
emphasis on that fuck.
we had the premarital sex. And she felt guilty about it, even though she's the one that like coerced everything. Like she's the one that was like, hey. I was like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. Like maybe we should
I was
actually
trying
try.
to remain pure, but
And,
this
like,
temptress.
No,
this
seriously.
street
I was
harlot
literally
tempted
like,
me.
I was trying to be good, and she's like, no. And she kept going. I was like, hey, fine, fuck it, whatever. I don't care if you're gonna keep going for it, whatever. So we did. She went and talked to the bishop, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't know she had done this. I get called in, like he calls, like, hey, like I just want to like touch base with you. I haven't really talked to you for like a few months. And I'm like, okay, like that's fine. So go in there and just we're shooting the shit, as you do with your bishop. And we're just chatting, and then I go like, I'm like, okay, I'm like, are we good here? Like, cause it's been like 30 minutes, and I'm like, I got like things I gotta do. And he's like, yeah, just is there anything like you feel like you need to repent of? And I was like, nope, I don't actually. I feel pretty good. And he goes, that's interesting because I talked to a sister came in here and she had said that you two had premarital sex. And I was like, oh yeah, that totally happened. Me and Ashley did have sex. And he's like,
high five.
yeah.
And he's like,
Right?
nice. You
Puss,
too,
right? You like puss?
Eskimo brothers.
Fuck.
Oh,
Oh,
that's fuck.
that's terrible. Anyway, so he was like, so you don't feel like you need to confess of it? And I'm like, no. And he's like, why? I'm like, I don't feel bad about it. And so then like that happened, and then the following like 4 days later, I went to my mom's home ward because they're having like a little like one of those like little like ward parties, and I was like, fuck yeah, free soup, I'll go. And so I went and I'm like talking to people, and then the bishop came up to me and he's like, "Hey, he's like, so why did you get your records moved back to this ward?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, like, yeah, your records are in this ward." So this bishop got mad at me for saying I didn't feel guilty, and instead of helping this lost sheep back into the fold, he pushed it onto someone else. So his daughter was in the singles ward, and I fucked her too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
she was
wow.
easy as fuck. It was great.
Wow.
Was she hot?
She was pretty good looking.
Nice.
Yeah, I like my redheads.
Thanks. Don't touch me when you're saying that.
And don't touch me after you smack my headphones. Especially then. I don't want to have sex with you after you do that.
I'm a generous lover. That's what you didn't know.
Oh no, dude! I'm just so
I won't stop until you come. Just so you know.
the amount of fucking like shit. I honestly should go to therapy for this shit. Like every time it comes up, because like I live my life totally normally. I'm having a good time, and then when I get to meeting some people that maybe don't live their religion very well, and me trying to live my religion really fucked me up.
Yeah.
I get really mad.
Well, so, like, that's
'Cause I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, there's one part of me that like, I hate you because you're a liar and a hypocrite. And then another part of me that's like, you're having way more fun than I did.
You're like,
I'm so angry about that. You have no idea, dude. Every time I had sex with my girlfriend, we cried afterwards. It's not even funny. It's terrible.
It's a little funny.
It's traumatic. Because you're like, oh shit, now I can't go on a mission for 6 more months or whatever. All that shit. All that shit. It's not, no, like legitimately, it's fucked up. I don't know if you guys at home can hear this. It's fucked up. And there's a,
just the way you said it, we both cried.
no, yeah, dude. It was like, because like, you know, you're in the moment, you're making out, and then things go
and
where
then
they go.
you do what God commanded,
And then
you
like,
try to make
and
kids.
it's all chemicals at that point, and there's no stopping it. But then afterwards, the clarity, and then the guilt.
Brulo in the chat says, well, she cried because it was bad, and Joe cried because he knew he was gay.
Yeah. I mean, that is probably that might be the gayest thing I've ever heard you say. You know, he gets to cry after having sex. I realize it's traumatic, but
I mean, just you know, because we actually believed in what we were doing.
Yeah.
And then we believe we fucked up. And
Hey,
then,
yo, shit got emotional.
and then like,
You really should go to therapy.
I know.
Except I'm gonna
I
be
really
I'm gonna
should.
be laughing when the therapist also laughs at you. For
I really,
saying you
it
cried.
has fucked me up in a myriad of ways.
Tactical bacon.
And I try-
We're not Mormon anymore.
I try not to go around and tell people that are currently Mormon, like, your religion is a fucking hollow lie and it's ruining your life and everyone around you. I don't do that. I have remained calm for the most part, but sometimes when I hear little stories like that,
Yeah.
I want to
Sometimes
blow
when
up.
Joe
I wanna,
leaves
like,
the house with a
choke people.
fedora on and he sees someone Mormon, he's like, "Oh, today's gonna be the
See,
day
but
I
like,
go off."
so you saying that though is interesting because like I have talked to like my current girlfriend about this kind of stuff because like she is in the same mindset where she's like she goes, it pisses me off.
I
She's
try
like,
to live it.
She's like, yeah, because she's like, I was really good.
I believed it.
She's like, I was so good, and that's now she's not.
I was awful.
and you're like, "You are so good now."
No,
and
I
you should
think
stay
here's
that
the
way.
thing. When I say I was actually trying to live it, and I would like screw up, you know, like I was in Alcoholics Anonymous.
That's for
have
quitters.
I gone through? I don't think I've talked about this shit. My Alcoholics Anonymous-esque masturbation porn addiction thing.
Did they give you the packet?
I legitimately thought I was a sex addict when I was 19, 20.
Well, I mean, you are.
Or 18, 19.
Because you're a
Not
horny
19.
teenager.
Shit,
You're a
yeah.
horny teenager. Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah, apparently masturbating, you know, of course it's among
Yeah, for
the
those-
worst sins.
For those who don't know that aren't LDS, yeah, they tell you not to masturbate either, which is a fucking stupid thing to do when you're telling people not to have sex until they're married and be like, yeah, just repress it all.
I mean, maybe they
Wait,
just
so what
want
happens if you have a wet dream?
they just want epic.
Oh,
That's
that's
your-
that's the worst. 'cause
that's your
your
body
subconscious.
expelling it. It's
Yeah,
just letting
yeah,
it
yeah,
go.
fine.
So they're fine with that.
Yeah. So like one of the
Okay.
best quotes I heard on my mission was they call like the wet dreams. They call them Captain Midnight for some reason.
Oh my god.
And one of the guys was like, he's like, I don't want a Captain Midnight. I want a Captain Midday.
I'm gonna. That's funny.
It was pretty funny.
No, man. I couldn't. So I had sex with my girlfriend, and so like I was but I was honest about it. I told my parents about it. I told my bishop about it. We were trying to like keep our
How did
hands
that
off
go?
of
We
each
were
other.
Like, Dad, Katie's pussy, fucking bomb.
We were trying to keep our.
I know, right?
It was high five. Pussy for
And
life,
his dad's
bro.
like, oh, thank Christ he's not gay.
Well, my dad actually did make that joke. I think I've told that on
He
the
had
show.
to walk it back later, though.
He's like, honey, I thought because he was in the film, he liked cock.
My dad did make that joke, but
Does your mom know you're gay?
Does your mom know you're gay?
no, there was my mom asked me if I was gay when I was like 16. So
I think,
You're
I think you've told this on the show.
I have
Like,
told
"Ah,
this.
Yeah.
I don't."
and then when they found out I had sex, my dad was like, "Well, at least we know he's not gay."
Your dad just goes into like the
like,
room and he
thank
like just
God.
unloads the bullet in the gun that says like for my gay son. He's like, and the bullet flies out. He's like,
Sorry, I thought you were about to tell me you engaged in anal sex with a man.
he's like, honey, you can love the young one. And he just like puts it like,
So no. So there was that going on, and then so I was trying to be like worthy to go on a mission because you go on a mission when you're 19, but you can't be having sex or masturbating or anything
Nope.
like that. Bishop usually gives it. I've realized this because I've talked to many. They usually give it about 6 months. Okay, you can go 6 months without that.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. So there was actually a point where I went at like a month without and was
Nice.
able to become a priest because I was honest about this from the time I was like 15 and on. So I wanted to like this is years and years of shit when I was a teenager, like going into this. And then at a certain point, it was like, oh, it was so bad. Like every time I'd go to a friend's house, I'd try to find porn or something like that. Like a switch would go off in my brain, and I would just like try to find porn and masturbate to it. And like I thought, it was the devil trying to tempt me, right? So all that shit was happening, and I had my bishop recommended a fucking
Grindr.
support group,
support.
a support group called the Sons of Helaman. I'm not kidding. This is real.
No shit. For those who
This
don't know,
is real.
Helaman is a character in the Book of Mormon.
He's a character in the Book of Mormon.
Another testament of Jesus Christ.
He's a character of the Book of Mormon who puts on the armor of God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and then they say,
So-
then they quote Ephesians. in there.
So then I went to the support group once a week and took therapy from the guy who was putting it on.
So did they do like Dutch rudders so you wouldn't masturbate?
No, you just talk about like, okay, how many days is it? It was set up like an Alcoholics
many
Anonymous meeting.
Do you think this dude was like a closet pervert? He was just like,
I
so,
actually
so
like,
little
here's the thing.
Joey.
Here's the thing. That group is a group of people like me who are actually trying to live their religion. So I don't actually like. I think the whole situation's fucked up. I don't think those people were fucked up.
Oh, I thought
So
the church would just
no
give you a
more
packet.
than what the fuck was going on there. So I actually went to that thing for months before I moved down to. I'd broken up with Tadia and I moved down to Snow College.
That is a very Utah name.
It's a made up bullshit name. It was so weird. It's such a weird name. I went down to Snow College after that, and that I couldn't go to the groups anymore. And that's when I found out my religion was a hollow lie. Was when I got down to Snow College.
Isn't it crazy when
later.
college opens your eyes a little bit?
It wasn't college opening my eyes. I was just doing some reading on some church stuff, and I
Oh, so your testimony wasn't
came across
strong
some
enough.
stuff, and I was like, oh. I just went down the rabbit hole.
So usually, for
And I'm lucky because I went down the rabbit hole a lot earlier. I was actually having the reason like this is like heated in my mind is because so anyway, I legitimately thought I was a sex addict, and I wasn't. that's what's fucked up here. There was nothing wrong with me.
So they like gaslit
Nothing
you.
wrong
You're
with
not
me at
gaslighting.
all. I thought I was fucked up because once in a while I watched porn and I masturbated about once a day. If I just felt like I wasn't gonna worry about being worthy for a little while. Like, oh yeah, terrible, right? Oh my god, like a horrible amount of
I was gonna say like on the mission.
what the
when,
fuck?
So like when we
I was
had
just a fucking teenager.
No, right, but like here's the thing: like when we had like talks to people, and like we're talking to people like, hey, you want to join the church? And we had to give them a fucking packet on that stuff, dude. That was like create a hedge.
No,
Like
dude.
don't be in the same room as your girlfriend for more than
By
yourself for
You
more
can't
than,
be
like,
by yourself
20.
with your girlfriend. Like, yeah, we
Yeah.
tried all that shit. We
Dude.
had sex in the car a couple times because Well, they can't possibly have sex in
Yeah.
a car on the way to
Jesus-
Salem.
Yeah, Jesus can't see through.
Springfield to Salem. There's nowhere to park on the side of the road and fool around. There's no way.
There's no way.
Yeah, I just like that that the entire nude clan, the OG nude clan, was there the night Joe lost his virginity.
The day. It wasn't night.
The day,
Really?
yeah.
They just-
We were all
everyone just
there,
hanging
yeah.
out?
And I'm really glad I didn't go into those hot springs too. Although I'm sure they got so many people.
we were making out in the hot spring, and then it was quick, but it
And he
happened.
stuck it in, and that's all that counts.
She was on top of me. She was grinding me. We were having a good time.
Brulo says Joe is literally the only person to ever have sex once and think he's an addict.
I think I'm addicted. I'm telling, dude, it fucked me up. It really fucked me up. Like everything having to do with like anything having to do with the religious stuff, having to do with dating, like or sex. It's fucked up in my brain. I really should go to therapy. Like I've thought about it many times, and I can't fucking afford it.
Maybe.
But every time I see one of these hypocrite motherfuckers, dude, I'm just thinking about all those fucking years that I went through that shit, and I'm like, go fuck yourself.
I don't know.
You piece of fucking filth.
It's kind of hard because, like, I mean,
I'll just half live my religion.
It
If
depends.
you actually believe it, look, it's written there. This isn't like people are talking. It's not like church gossip about what is and what isn't. It's written there by Spencer W. Kimball in that fucking book that I read. It's there. It's not made up. It's not a joke. It's fucking right there in print.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Second to murder.
You could say that, they could be trying.
Not rape, second to murder.
It's because you're
all the above, second to murder.
Do you know why they say it's second to murder? It's like the unlawfully like creating a life outside of the covenant or something like that. It's like what the church says. Because murder is unlawfully taking a life away, ending a life out of the covenant. Yeah. So fun fact, for 2 years after my mission, when I was doing really well, I was thinking about becoming like one of the doctrine experts at BYU because I read a lot of church books.
Yeah. So I guess the question you'd have to ask is, are they not trying, or are they trying like you and fucking up?
Well,
Which
that
is
w-
better?
well, no, I assume the attitude would be different with those people.
Oh,
if
so
they
you're
were
saying they
trying.
have an attitude of like, oh, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. A
that's-
certain
Well,
person
I mean-
a couple years ago said, "Oh, yeah, I have sex. It doesn't really matter." And I'm like, "Excuse me,
Oh,
excuse
Wait,
me."
who said that?
Two people. I'm thinking of right now.
I can only think of one.
It wasn't anybody having to do with the Nude Clan.
I was like,
I can think of zero.
Okay.
listen though, like the biggest thing when you
And
don't understand
it gets fucking under my skin, man. I'm like, don't pull that shit.
Yeah, that's bull.
Hey, so A4, what did you play this last
So
month?
Joe's been playing Mormon World for the Utah station.
Yeah. Well, I was around a bunch of ex-Mormons for the film shoot, and so we
yeah.
we definitely talked about it. The
So
only
you, like,
thing
decompress is
No,
what you
here's
did,
the
like,
here's the
it's
here's
fine.
the thing though. It's like because our main actor Noah, he also went through it, but he went through it like relatively late. So like the only thing I can be glad of is that I ran across that shit and got out of the church at 19. When I was almost 20, basically.
Just so you could enjoy your 20s.
And then, I didn't enjoy my 20s. Things got
Well,
worse.
you know
from
what I
there.
mean,
But
potentially.
no, I enjoyed parts of my 20s. I enjoyed doing the podcast for sure. But no, there was. It was just that like, at least that wasn't over my head, and I didn't have my roots in certain places. Like when you just find out that your religion is a hollow lie.
It wasn't like you were married.
I
and then you
wasn't
found
married.
out.
I didn't have kids. I wasn't in my late 20s.
Dude,
I
I-
wasn't seriously dating someone. Like it was just all early enough that I guess the Band-Aid was ripped off to some extent. But clearly because of
There
how
weren't a lot
angry
of strings
I am,
attached to
I'm
finding
not
that out
completely over
at
it.
that
Had no
time.
strings to hold him
I
down.
mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you mean by like it's all a hollow lie. Like what are you coming across?
I
Like,
mean, Joseph Smith was a fucking predator.
oh yeah.
And he didn't
Look.
even
Bum, bum,
listen
bum,
to
bum,
his
bum.
own word of
That's
wisdom, which
South
was
Park.
the first thing that I found. That was the first thing when I found out Joseph Smith smoked cigars and he drank. And I'm like, hold on a second. And I went down that rabbit hole. That rabbit hole went down there quick. And I saw like a video of what they do in the temple, and that was like the final straw.
Yeah,
after,
try experiencing.
after like an entire night. It was just one night where like at like 4 p.m, I ran across something and I stayed up the entire night. I did not go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I had just gone down this like church history rabbit hole, and I just was like, everything just like crumbled all at once.
I just picture you naked in front of a laptop looking at like GeoCities websites while like Requiem by fucking Mozart plays in the background.
It was I mean, I wouldn't call it a fun experience at all.
No, of course not. I'm just picturing it in the
yeah.
funniest way possible.
Final straw was the creepy temple video where someone had snuck a camera in there, which you can find on YouTube. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing in there? Like, what the fuck? I was just like so freaked out, and like I'm just glad I ran across that early, because now they have like this little packet that goes out, which is the "I'll make you ex-Mormon very quickly" packet. It's called the CES letter, which I linked to Cameron, and guess who's not Mormon anymore? It's got all the information there. I had ran across something when I was like 15 that was like, oh, this thing's bullshit, and I like temporarily wanted to leave the church when I was 15, and my parents said no, and I just kind of like ignored that like itching feeling in the back of my
because
head.
like what do you do? You're
I'm just
living
saying.
in their house.
What I'm saying. I'm sorry. I'm losing track, but I'm just
You're
glad.
losing your religion.
I'm just glad that
No.
I that it happened at 19 and not 28.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that's fair, but there's plenty of people that have rules that they can't quite follow all the time. That doesn't make them not good rules, It's like
But they
there's
choose.
like
They choose consciously not to follow and pretend that they don't exist.
okay, that's fair. See, that's what bothers me. That's like that's why I don't like. I hate politicians and I hate like media figures, because it's not so much like like with the whole virus thing. It's not so much that I'm mad that they were wrong. I'm mad that they were wrong and they didn't ever admit it on almost any of this stuff. That's what makes me angry. That's what makes me not trust people. It's not so much that they fucked up when they gave recommendations, or they fucked up when they did this, or they fucked up when they did that.
No,
and
I
it was all a waste of time.
I get how. First off, I get someone having sex. That's the one thing. I don't get someone having alcohol. I don't get someone smoking marijuana, because those are like,
Definite.
oh, I will choose to do this and I'm not addicted to it yet.
Yeah, sex like my balls are tingly
But-
when you kiss me.
Sex, though, it's like, okay, you could kiss your girlfriend, and let's say it gets a little heavier than that, and then there's just, it goes. There's like a chemical reaction, and it just like keeps on going. That's the
If
difference
God
between
didn't want
the
us
two.
to feel good, then he wouldn't have
So
made
when
those
someone's
parts feel
like,
good
yeah,
when they
I'm
do
Mormon
that.
and I drink beer, I'm like, I want to fucking kill him.
Yeah.
I'm like, how fucking stupid are you? You must be actually dumb as fuck. You don't listen
there's
to
no,
anything
like,
if you are doing that.
The level of enforcement of these rules, like these rules are good, quote unquote, but like the level of enforcement of them comes down to the individual. Like it's the same thing with fucking the politics stuff that Schweiss was talking about. It's all rules for thee, but not for me, because at the end of the day, it's like, well, I'll let it slide a little bit, and then it's a slippery slope.
I don't believe in
Yeah.
that. I don't respect people who do that.
Yeah.
I don't respect people. No, what I'm saying is like,
I
there's
don't
no
respect
inherent way
people-
to
I don't
enforce any
respect
of that shit, because
hypocrites,
it's all down to
period.
the individual. That's why it's annoying, because it's like these people will make up excuses to break their own rules.
Yeah, I think it's annoying.
Maybe I'm too much of a hard ass, but I don't get. I can't stand by that.
I mean, people should practice what they preach. Like if they're going to, especially since you went through it and lost a good chunk of your teenage years to it, then yeah, it only makes sense.
Yeah, I just stopped going because it wasn't fun. Like,
Yeah, it must be nice not to be totally attached to it.
Yeah, I was not. And then like
Like it's not foundational to yourself at a certain point.
yeah, I never got there.
Yeah.
I was in, I believed, and I did my testimony and shit all the time. But then I don't know. I was just like, well, do I know that it's true? I started to like ruminate more and more, and then I was like, I don't know.
It's like super like indoctrinating too to have like little kids.
I had to
be
come
like,
across
"I
historical
believe."
documents in order to be
Yeah.
convinced out of it.
See, and I haven't read any of those either. I just
I guess I'm just hyper in that
So
category.
here's the thing though, because like I was like, I was
Any
into
proof?
it I was into it enough that I went on a mission, did the temple, all that shit. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
2 years.
but like the thing was with me was like, I kept feeling like when the church would say something, I would have to like move my like where my morals were. That I'm like, hey, this is the morals that I've learned growing up through the church. And the church would move a little bit, and I'd be like, well, I'm not gonna keep moving my morals because
Yeah.
like I know what I'm gonna do, and like so like with me it was more of a falling out to be like, dude, like this is bullshit because of this.
The things that I didn't like were there was a lot like before I got baptized, there was a lot of good stuff, you know, like with the missionaries were pretty good at their job. The people in the actual church not as good at their job.
No,
Like,
for sure. Like the thing is like too is like having friends like growing up that weren't LDS and like in their neighborhoods, like the parents being like, yeah, don't play with so and so because they don't go to church.
yeah, and I mean
And
there
it's,
is
like,
someone
fucked
here that has had that happen to them, but they're also the worst child I've ever met. So I don't kind of know why my kid playing with her anyway. But
oh yeah.
so that ostracization, you know, sometimes it's legit. Like
So like, well, so
they're
check this
terrible.
out. So we had me and Rachel, like a couple of our friends, like just moved like recently, and they have 2 little girls, and they're not LDS. And they said when they were like moving in, like their neighbors would just like walk into the house and like start inviting them to church and be like, oh yeah, we have this little group on Sundays that meet up and want your daughters to come. And they're like, get the fuck away from us. Like, why are you walking into my house?
that's kinda weird.
Yeah, like the neighbor just like knocked and then opened the door, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you? Like, why would you?"
I mean, I kind of wish I don't know. It's hard because I think a lot of the problems that we have now, like just in America and stuff like that, is because we don't have a sense of community. And one of the biggest things that built
That's
that
the only
was
that's,
church.
that's the only thing that's missing. I legit like now I have to find my own communities in like different little groups.
And like I don't know my neighbors. Nobody knows each other anymore like they used to. So stuff like that would be normal, you know, 50
But
years
I mean, like
ago.
walking into someone's house kind of fucked up. Like,
That's a little weird.
At least
That's-
just like knocking.
that would
like,
not be normal behavior in
just
my
knock,
neighborhood.
Just knock.
Yeah.
And wait, yeah, see mine too. Like I don't have neighbors that walk in. It's like knock, like sit and talk. Like I'm cool talking. Like see the things I know my neighbors because I've grown up in that neighborhood forever.
Yeah.
And I know these people. But like yeah, like I mean yeah, still like walking in the house pissed me off. But it's like just talk to me. Like knock on my door. Talk to me for a second.
Yeah, that's where it's
But
hard
take
for
no
me.
as an answer. If I tell you no, don't come back the next week and be like, hey, I just want to invite you. No, I said no.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a personal problem
Stay away from me.
for those people.
For me, I'm just, you know, whenever they get invited, I just tell them, yeah, I know where you are. Don't worry. Like, if I want to go, I could come. I can close my eyes, spin around 3 times, point my finger, and it'll be pointing at a church. So I don't need you to invite me. I can get there.
I can see the steeple from here.
Yeah.
I appreciate the scouting program and the church's connection to it at the time. Obviously, they're not connected anymore.
No.
I kind of blame the Boy Scouts for
had-
that, though. That's bullshit.
I had really good leaders in that aspect when
Oh,
there
yeah.
was non-church stuff, like non-religious stuff. I mean, and it got my love of camping and the outdoors is largely that. I mean, my dad does a little bit, but I went way more with the Scouts.
Yeah.
So I'm glad about those things. I'm certainly for my parents because they were converts, and I was allowed to play with people outside of the church. I was never in that kind of situation. It's like they came from like horrible like families. Honestly, like my extended family is filled with trouble, and it kept them out of it because my parents tried to live the religion. And so I'm glad my dad's not a heroin addict like my other 2 uncles, or like one of whom died from heroin overdose not too long ago. And I feel like the church is actually a big part of that. So there is a part of me that's definitely like grateful for it, but but my parents aren't hypocrites.
yeah.
So that's that.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know. I mean, there's like a picture of a good man Jordan Peterson with like at his desk, and it's all fucking nasty and like dirty and shit. And a lot of people use that to call him out.
I
It's
would have
like,
called
oh,
him
you're-
out. If
you're a
I was in his
hypocrite.
room, yeah, I would have called him out.
Yeah, and then he said,
That would have pissed me off.
and then he's like, yeah, you know, it was a bad time. So you're right, I fucked up. But I think it's fine to fuck up. But I think that's the thing is when you do, you need to accept it, and then you need to say, hey, sorry, I was wrong.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with being wrong, especially, you know, like what I was getting at, like with when it's information that comes in, like things are always changing. You're getting new information all the time, so it's not that you were intentionally wrong. with bad info. at the
It's people that
beginning.
can't cop to it. That
Yeah,
annoy
it's like
me.
you can't accept. But then if someone else, doesn't believe what you're saying or thinks you're lying, then they're crazy. Like, we're not crazy.
Yeah.
You were wrong before, and you didn't say anything about the fact that you were wrong before, and now you want me to believe this, even though I know you were lying before, intentionally or not. It's not maybe not even lying, maybe just wrong. Like, it's okay to accept when you're wrong. That's why I like the never apologize thing. It's never apologize unless you're wrong. If you're wrong, you
Exactly.
can apologize.
Yeah.
But if you're not wrong, then don't fucking do it. Like, there's nothing to apologize for. So.
Anyway,
It's all that is one of the most annoying things to me too.
I
mean, there's like I've listened to old Ben Shapiro a lot, and there's a lot of people that he'll invite on his show. Most of them are liberals, and they'll ask him like, "Why do you follow? Like, why do you do all of the stuff? Like, you don't eat pork, you don't eat this and that."
that's about the biggest thing I respect about him.
And he said it's just part of the rules. Like,
He actually follows his own religious rules.
yeah, he doesn't get on his electronics
Right.
on Sundays. Like, nothing, none of it.
Can't stand that guy. That's the only thing I respect about him. Can't stand Ben Shapiro at all.
Yeah.
I don't know what story you were saying, Zach, but I'm sorry it got under my skin and I went on this
This journey.
rabbit hole.
Hey, maybe you don't need to afford therapy. Maybe the podcast can be therapy.
It's been
you know?
therapy before. It's been therapy plenty of times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just don't realize how much it affects me until something like triggers.
Well, because it's a big part of your fucking. It's a big part of your upbringing. It's a big part of your life. So it's only understandable.
I mean, I still go with the the only more annoying thing than like a super religious zealot is someone who's a super non-religious zealot.
Yeah, super anti-religious. So
Yeah, those are the people that bother me even more. Just never shut up about it.
Like I'm atheist, but I'm not like militant about it. Like if I go with my family for like a holiday thing and they're going to church or whatever, I'm not gonna bitch about it like some of my cousins do. I just fucking I bow my head and I do the prayers because I know them, and it's like, well, I don't really believe in it, but it's a good show for my grandparents, and it doesn't hurt me, so who cares?
Oh, I
Like,
just don't go. Yeah, I wouldn't go.
Yeah, that's the thing too. My mom's like, "Hey, you want to go to a baptism?" No.
well, it's
Well,
not
yeah.
like
I go because it's
No.
important to the kid. So I go.
I guess
I
if it
go to the
was,
food afterwards.
I guess if it was like something like that, like a family member, I would probably go. I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I don't care.
It doesn't have an effect.
Yeah,
I'm not one of those ones that's going to be like, I need you to remove my records. Like, I want them expunged. Like,
Yeah, I
fuck,
haven't done that yet.
That's too much work.
It really is. Like it's like one of those things where I'm like, I don't care. Count me in your numbers. Be bitchy. I don't give a shit.
I
Like,
do ecstasy. I have sex, Joe, and I'm still Mormon. And I, oh man, I remember that conversation. It's getting so. It makes me so fucking angry.
Well, maybe we should just. It's okay, Joe. Like,
I just believe. Yeah,
You're
practice
mad
what you
about it.
preach,
It's
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's okay if you cry after this conversation, too. And we didn't have sex, but
we got pretty emotional though.
yeah.
We all created an emotional connection with Joe. today.
emotionally we had sex.
Yeah.
There were emotion rumblings going on inside me. I tried to
Emotionally, you
suppress it.
penetrated me and you injected your ideas and things.
You
into me,
ejected your
so-
single line of genetic code.
Yeah, I was making another movie with like half the crew being ex-Mormon, just like, and there were 2 true Mormons on the shoot,
Who were the 2? The old man and the.
I'm not gonna say who the 2 are.
I know one of
I'm
them.
not gonna call out anybody, but
I know one of them.
and I'm not gonna say they're wrong about anything. Like,
No, it's fine. Yeah, I don't mind.
so it wasn't Mark. It wasn't the old man.
Oh,
He's not Mormon at all. He comes from out of state.
Oh, okay.
A4. What did you play this?
A4. Yeah. What did you fucking play?
I've also been playing a lot of Pokemon Go because I just got a new phone. So
Oh shit!
decided
I need to
download
add
that
you. I
again.
keep forgetting to add you, and Rachel.
Oh, we should
keeps-
add each other. Yeah.
Rachel keeps getting mad at me. 'Cause
Dude,
she's
your
like,
fucking
she's like
your
fucking
girlfriend
adding.
keeps sending me a ton of fucking gifts.
I know
man. You need to
because
you need to get on there.
She wants the XP, and like she's like, Zach, add A4, and I'm
Oh,
like,
I'll give her the XP. Don't worry.
yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go while walking my dog and stuff. I've also been playing Elden Ring, not as much as I want to. I'm in Raya Lucaria
Well, I
currently.
mean, you were playing a lot, like, because you were streaming it on one of the chats we were both in together. So I mean,
Yeah, I know, but like with like drawing and work lately, I haven't put as much time into it as I want. I think I've put less than 30 hours into it total so far.
Raya
So-
Lucaria. What the hell is that?
That's the magic school in the middle of the map, kind of.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that the one where
then
you
it-
find the dude in that church and he's like, I put the shields up and I couldn't make it in there. But I'll
I don't
teach
know.
you
I haven't gotten
interrogation."
super far into it yet.
Oh, if you find an abandoned church, there's an NPC that talks about it, and he's like, if you can help me get in too.
Oh no, I found that guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
He like wants the key.
Is that the magic school then? That guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you find
Because
the
the
guy?
key is like the key's somewhat near him, and it's being guarded by a dragon. But you could just go in and just yoink the key and run away.
Did you find the guy you have to slap on the ass with your sword?
Yeah, the jar. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
He
He's
died.
like, I'm going to go to this place so we can engage in combat. It's
Did
just
you
like, this
did you
guy
find
rules.
the guy that you're supposed to help him get his gems and his nib and slit yet?
Maybe I don't know.
Put his gems where?
And his nib and his slit.
Nibbin slit?
Yeah.
Is that like some kind of slang for some prostitute?
Have you? Okay.
Nibbin slit.
There's a video on YouTube by Moist Critical. He does games and stuff on Twitch, but he teamed up with Meat Canyon, and he has it where he's like talking to people like he's actually playing the game, and they edited this guy into the game where it looks like a vagina in his stomach and this little bumpy thing on top. So I don't know how the fuck they got away with it being on YouTube, but he's like, tarnished. Please help me. You've found me in a precarious situation. I've dropped all my gems. Can you help me put them in? And you're like, yeah. So you start putting the gems in this thing. He's like, oh, you're making my slit and nib moist. And he's like, you see him put his hand up and he's rubbing his thing on top. He's like, oh yes, fill it. And you're putting the gems in. And at the end, he's like, oh, tarnished. You helped me. Your slit and nib will never go dry. Look it up. It's fucking
I haven't
funny.
seen Meat Canyon stuff in a while just because I really got tired of it.
You
but that
need to
sounds
watch
funny.
that. I was gonna tell you to watch that video last night, then I had to jump off the thing.
Ah.
But you watch the video; it's fucking hilarious.
There's a fat fucking monk dude. I don't remember what his name was, but he has this.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, he has this robe, and it almost looks like it's made of skin. But the back of it, there's this near where his ass is, even though it's not his ass. There's a fucking it looks like a big wart almost. And Nicholas walked by and he's like, "Is that a booty?" And then he just kept saying "Yeah, that's a booty." This dude's fucking asshole.
And then you correct him. You're like, Nicholas, it's a badonkadonk. Honestly,
Yeah, that's an anus,
Those
son.
people have badonkadonk.
But yeah, it's nasty looking. But it's it's almost like a freaking a flesh suit that the guy's wearing because it's not actually him.
Right.
So it's weird that it would have that little growth.
Did you
That's
see
like
the
a-
dress? It's the big fat lady in the dress, and you just put it on, and your character just gets fat.
No, sounds awesome.
It's
though.
kind of funny.
I have a lot of shit I have to do yet in Elden Ring, but I'm loving it.
I haven't
but a
found,
good chaser to Elden Ring.
Oh.
A much easier game that I've also been playing is Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Fuck! I told
Which
my
is
girlfriend
great.
I get that for her birthday, and I still can't fucking find it anywhere.
It's really good. It's the first truly 3D Kirby game. It most Kirby games were side scrollers, or they were 2.5D, where it's there's a 3D environment, but you can only move on a single plane on it, forward and backward. But this is the first one that's actually truly 3D. It's not open world like I thought it was going to be based on the trailers. It's kind of like Super Mario 3D World, where the levels are linear,
Okay.
but you can run around freely in them.
Okay, that's
But it's
pretty
good.
sweet.
It's very good. Kirby games are usually very solid. They're just super easy. So if you want something with a little more challenge, then maybe it's not the game for you. But it's just a nice little game to check off some boxes and just do stuff in. And the power, you can upgrade the powers in this one, which is nice. So stuff you start out with the fire power, where you just breathe fire, but then when you upgrade it, you get a volcano on his head, and he can just spew hot lava rocks constantly. It's fun. It's
that
really
sounds
good.
sweet.
I love spewing.
It's
my
really
hot
good.
lava
I really
locks.
like it.
I bet, bro.
And I've also been playing a little game that I know Dragon Quest ripped off called Final Fantasy. The very first one, the
Oh,
Pixel
nice.
Remaster.
Oh,
How's
And I'm-
how are you being fucked in that game?
I'm really enjoying it, honestly. I think the Pixel Remaster includes enough quality of life improvements that it's not super brutal.
Oh, it's like the what are those? The Game Boy ones, the Game Boy Advance ones.
So it's
Those are solid.
from what I can tell, Graphically, it's taking from like the PlayStation and Game Boy Advance version, but it has the magic charge system from the original. Like you don't have MP, you just have like however many charges of each level of magic.
That's still, yeah, that was still in that remake.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there was a version that actually like introduced MP instead of that, but I don't know. No, but I haven't gotten like fucked necessarily. Like there's been a few times where I got real close to getting game overed, but I got out of there at just the right time. But I'm enjoying it so far. It's actually a lot more entertaining and addicting than I thought, considering all the things I'd heard about Final Fantasy 1 and how it's just like, oh, this spell just straight up doesn't work. Or I mean, it's just nice to have
It's
like
just old, man. That's the thing about it. It's just,
yeah,
it
but
just
the
hasn't
Pixel
held up
Remaster
with
fixes
time.
some stuff where it's like if you target an enemy and then that enemy dies, the character will just move on to another enemy.
Yeah,
Like something
yeah.
as simple as that.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the other ones do that too. It's just the OG one that doesn't.
yeah.
Right. No, I know that.
It's
But
also
like,
strength of potions were higher in the one that I was playing versus yours.
Sorry, my dog's barking.
Yeah,
Mo.
and then the problem with mine was it would revive some health, which was anywhere from like 15 to 40 health. So it was just
Yeah.
random, and you can only hold
The-
10.
The healing was stronger in the version that I played, which was the Game Boy Advance version. The PlayStation one was actually like an older one, but it was still an improvement over the original. But
Yeah.
it's as far as quality of life, but there was still.
I have no barometer as to whether the healing is like better in this one or not, but you can hold more than 10 potions, so there's that.
Are the potions like standard issue where they give you the same amount of health back every time?
If you can
Yeah,
hold
it's
more
like
than,
50 each time, and then a high potion's 150, and then
yeah, it's the better one. It's the easier one.
Yeah, because mine would be from anywhere from like 20 to 50. It would give me back, and I'd be like, hey, well, there has to be some fucking quality control of these potion companies. It's getting out of hand.
yeah, I haven't been getting rocked too hard. Like anytime I get to a boss, it would only take me like a couple turns to kill them. And I don't know if that's just because like I've overpowered my warrior or whatever. I mean, Magic's busted in like every Final Fantasy, so I don't know. I'm liking it so far.
Real quick, anything else before we?
That's basically it.
Okay. Well, we all know what everybody's been playing, and thank you for listening to my therapy session. But now we can hear whether or not anybody's beaten a game. A4.
You know what? I don't think I've actually beaten a game since last month.
Fuck. Zach?
The last thing I have on my hog is SpongeBob SquarePants.
So I wasn't
I'm pretty sure that
here-
was.
Yeah, that's already written down. This is called Battle for Balls, but I'm pretty sure it's Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, I replaced all of your games with balls.
So I have two that from previous that I haven't put on here yet. I beat Bayonetta at the beginning, and then I beat a game called What Comes After.
What comes after Bayonetta?
Yeah. So
It's
real
What Comes
real
After.
quick. So we counted Pokemon Go last because I beat one of the Pokedexes. I finished another Pokedex. Does that count as beating the game? again?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they've got like up to Gen 7 in the game now.
I'd
so-
I'd count that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wonder though.
Because the thing is, but now like the third one I can finish, but Gen 4 and 5, like the rest of them I can't do after that because they haven't put all the Pokemon in the game.
Oh, okay.
So like Gen 1 I got, Gen 2 I just finished, and then now I have to work on Gen 3.
Wait, hold on. They don't have all Gen 6 and 7 Pokemon in the game yet?
Or 4 or 5, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't put Kecleon in the game because of its stupid its invisibility shit. They can't put Zorora or Zoroark in the game because they copy Pokemon and they can't figure out how to like do it right. Like Ditto,
But Ditto's in the game.
but Zora and Zoroark are like different, like the way they do it. Their thing, which I was thinking about the other day. And I was like, they could totally do it and just cheese it like that, but they won't. So there's some
Okay.
Pokemon that still aren't in the game, and they just started putting
Alright.
Gen 7 in the game.
Yeah.
And they haven't finished the other Pokedexes yet. So I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Well, I just wonder
Alright.
if there's a more fair way to make that a beatable game. You know?
I think
That's a big ass-
Well, the thing is, Pokedex I think are going to be the easiest because you can't get all the Pokemon in the U.S. unless they do like events. But then if you want to go by like level 50 takes fucking forever. Like that's the like that's the highest you can be, but it takes.
Oh, I
years.
know. I'm only like level 29 or something like that. It's
I think
taking me a long
I'm
time.
level 38. I'm almost level 39.
I've been playing a lot of
I'm
that
like
too,
level
though.
25 or 26. I've only just barely picked
The
it back
grind,
up.
yeah,
I didn't hit level 20 back when I had played the game when it was new, like when it had just come out. I think I'd only gotten like level 14 or something.
The problem
back
too
then.
is once you get to level 40, it gives you additional tasks to do too. So like Rachel's playing it and she's level 45 or 44, and she has to beat like 120 Team Rocket grunts, and then
Oh my god.
she has to beat like 30 leaders, and then she has to find Giovanni. Like it's a lot.
To level up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, they make it like harder, but
I don't know. They've made the game better, but they've also made the game more time costly.
yeah, like
It's
that's,
grindy
yeah.
for sure.
There's a lot more to do.
Oh.
And when I start playing it, I feel like I have to keep doing it, and I'm like, okay, no, I don't have to do this. I can put
So
this away.
I didn't. So this wasn't a beaten game, but it feels good to me. I got my girlfriend to make a character on Elden Ring.
Oh, nice.
She wants to try it. She's like, it looks. She was like, kind of looks like Breath of the Wild with like the exploring stuff. And I'm like, it kind of is. With that
I would almost
aspect.
call it better than Breath
And-
of the
and
Wild,
the- and
honestly.
the
Like as much
crafting.
as I love Breath of the
I'm
Wild, this
like-
game is like just
Oh, yeah.
better.
Well, I'm just like, but I'm like, you have to understand, like, it is hard. Like it is a decently hard game, and she's like, okay, like I still want to try it. I'm like, fine, do it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just don't ever tell me she's playing Conan.
I'm gonna get her to play Conan.
Try to take your girlfriend from you.
Yeah.
He's already foaming at the mouth because my wife was playing Conan for like a hot second there.
And yeah, Schweiss doesn't even like those people.
I did not beat a game. Schweiss, did you beat a game?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Did you say Schweiss doesn't like those people?
No.
The what? I didn't catch any of
Yeah,
that.
Schweiss doesn't like women. We knew that.
So the hog is as follows. A4 is King Hog, solidly King Hog, with 9 games beaten so far this year.
That's pathetic numbers for me. But
Yeah, really, because last year you were fucking crazy.
Schweiss is at 7. Zach is at 3 if we count Pokemon Go Gen 2.
I think we should.
And I am at 2 for the year. So that's that. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Nude Clan. Remember, you can follow us at Nude Clan Podcast. I'm at Joseph DeGolier on Twitter.
At UFF Podcast.
You can get me at Instagram at bgrixis. Same at Twitter, actually. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm using Instagram way more than I am using Twitter, by the way. I'm at Joseph DeGolier. It's a way better place than Twitter. Twitter's such a fucking cesspool.
The problem with Instagram,
really
yeah,
is.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
that being said, if you don't have enough toxicity in your Twitter timeline, you can find me at A4 Extreme. So.
listen, A4 Extreme knows how to draw a pretty good set of titties. So
Well, I mean, if you want to, I don't know if I want to give that address away. But yeah.
Join our Discord. It's in the link in the description, and check out our other podcasts. And we'll see you guys next time.
wait, don't forget to toss a coin to your podcasters.
thank
We would love your money.
We
we are-
owe
we-
like 3 months worth of
Yeah,
drawings
and we
right
are.
now.
We're trying to get back into that. We're trying to like get everything. Be
Yeah, can't you see I'm trying here?
We're sorry to the people that we have spurned and possibly hate us right now, but
As you're like, can't you see I'm trying here? As you're trying to put crackers in your fucking mouth.
Yeah, I'm like lounging in my chair. Can't you see we're hard at work getting those rewards
Covered in
out?
crumbs.
And you know what though? It's like I wouldn't expect anything less from the U.S. Postal Service.
I know.
So,
It's not that we haven't done the drawing. It's just still in the mail flow. That's all.
well, yeah, that's all I had to say.
All
I
right,
just wanted
guys.
to throw that in.
We'll see you guys next time.
Live always in the nude.
Man, church kind of sucks.
Walk with your cock held high,
Fuck off.
but don't move it inside.